Hello, my name is Dawn Quarles, and this is my video project for ITEC 8500. My topic is hybrid learning. I have put together an animated video that will go over the concerns of educators. It will also introduce the hybrid learning model, terminology for online learning. It will also examine the differences between hybrid learning and blended learning, look at the popularity, necessary tools, and costs of implementing the hybrid learning model. I also examined the benefits of hybrid learning as well as where it's not exactly working. And then I wrapped up the video with how to create a successful hybrid learning environment, as well as the role of professional development or learning and why it is so important. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Feeling uncertain using technology in the classroom? Facing too many expectations with learning loss? Need help with students who are face-to-face and virtual? Are you looking for a better solution? Meet the hybrid learning model. So what is the hybrid learning model? The hybrid learning model refers to blending and mixing of the learning environments, meaning face-to-face classroom instruction and the online environment. The hybrid learning is an educational model where some students attend class in person, while others join the class virtually from home. It is a comprehensive approach to combining the best parts of face-to-face and online learning to create the ideal learning experience. But aren't they the same as blended learning? How are they different? To understand the hybrid learning model, you must first learn some important terminology for online learning. It involves both synchronous and asynchronous learners. So what does that mean? Synchronous online learning means that students are required to log in and participate in class in a specific time each week. Asynchronous online learning allows students to view instructional materials each week at a time they choose and does not include a live lecture component. As you can see here, they both involve attending class from anywhere. You can communicate with your instructor as well as your classmates and peers. But asynchronous means I can work on my schedule. Synchronous means I have to attend class virtually each week with instructors and classmates. Okay, so I think I've got it. What about the difference between hybrid and blending learning? Hybrid learning and blending learning can often be mistaken for each other. However, they are very distinct learning models. Hybrid learning is specific to asynchronous lessons that are taught live and remotely at the same time. Blended learning is all education that integrates digital technologies. It combines in-person teaching with asynchronous learning methods where students work on online exercises and watch instructional videos. Blending learning approach also means that students are working independently with online activities and receive instruction tailored to their own skill levels. It means it's very flexible. Blended learning can be defined as learning and teaching where a remote student participates in face-to-face classes by means of rich media synchronous technologies. That means video conferencing and such. Ideally, blended learning is a combination of two or more formats. Both involve a mix of in-person and online learning, but there is a difference. Blending learning, the same individuals learn both in person and online, but hybrid learning means that you have different people who are being served at the same time from different places. Students are able to actually be more creative and collaborative in hybrid learning. When it comes to hybrid learning versus blended learning, here's the rule of thumb. If it has tools to augment the face-to-face framework, it's normally blended. if you have something that facilitates the replacement of in-person, then you're at hybrid. Hybrid learning is all about where students are sitting. They can be in the classroom or at home, as mentioned before. As you can see here in this diagram, you can see just how flexible hybrid learning model is. You have remote tools, flexible schedules. It even takes into account safety measures. This here is an example of a schedule where you see some are going to be served online and you see some that are in person. And you can see that it changes from day to day. This is what it would look like. Some students would be in the class, some are actually seeing the same lesson from home. So how popular is hybrid learning? Well, according to a survey, 2/3 of school districts said their school systems are doing hybrid learning. Many modern classrooms implement hybrid learning using laptops. And even though it's not ideal, it is possible because computers are really versatile. The cost of hybrid learning ranges between $7,600 and $10,200. So depending on where you're at, it can be cheaper than face-to-face. Benefits include technology increasing differentiation. You also have transitioning to hybrid learning being more flexible. And you have face-to-face aspects of hybrid learning that benefits from real-time engagement between peers, as well as synchronous group work. The problem hybrid learning has found is cutting corners in instruction, transitioning students, and those who are sitting at home getting left behind compared to students who come to school face-to-face. So how would I create a successful hybrid learning environment? First, you need to avoid lecturing in class and then sending students home to read a textbook or do online assignments. Next, you need to set goals. Determine what your goals will be and then create your course backwards. Next, you need to map it out. This means if you need to create a chart or table or timeline, what you will do is you're going to map your course visually so that you make sure that you don't have any holes or underdeveloped activities. From here, you're determining your objectives. Remember, when you have synchronous face-to-face time, you can have this happen in person or virtually for your collaboration. In your delivery of information, determine the online portion of your course and how it will be delivered. In-person time should be reserved for synchronous and group discussions. Now you need to create and source your content. This means you need to create assignments, reading materials, source your video content, and finalize your syllabus. And when you're all done, that's when you give it a trial run. Why is professional development so important? Well, educators need to continually update their knowledge and skills throughout their career. Knowledge and skill is dependent upon his or her training as an educator. Schools can no longer rely on teachers having and maintaining their own professional knowledge. This means teachers need intensive, high-quality opportunities for professional learning. This is how you will see classroom improvements. Active engagement in professional learning promotes change in educator practice as well as student learning. Professional learning is so important for educators that most districts and states tie it to the renewal for teaching certificates. Given this requirement, districts have allotted a portion of school budgets towards professional development for all staff and faculty. The school districts that participated in the study spent an average of $18,000 per teacher annually for professional development. That's over $8 billion annually for the top 50 largest schools in the nation. Professional learning is needed to stay current on new teaching methods as well as technology that can help me be a better teacher. And it also makes implementing new strategies and methods much easier. These are the researchers and educators who have made this all possible.